I don't know if you guys have read on this yet, but this is the PSO2 New Genesis about to launch. This is pretty much all the information that comes with New Genesis when it comes out. Yo, Annie, what's going on? How you doing today? Um, so one, for those who don't know, we're just going to spit some basic key information for those who don't know. We'll talk a little bit about uh, PSO2 New Genesis, the item conversions and everything. I'll have to get those links and whatnot too. We'll look over that. We'll talk about if you want to prepare, how to prepare. Before I even talk about preparation, I do want to say, me personally, I am not preparing for New Genesis. I made the decision to basically not take any of my weapons from PSO2 into New Genesis, just to try to, encourage those who want to play the game that don't want to play New Genesis to keep pushing, because you will get there. You're not necessarily behind, you're just not prepped. You're going in raw, basically. That's a poor choice of words, but essentially that's what you're doing. So it's okay. Like, it's okay to start off new. It's okay if this is like your first week. Like, even Snake Venom just came here earlier and he was like, hey man, I just downloaded PSO2, show me the ropes. I'm just like, dude, we're better off waiting until next week, because maintenance is tomorrow, and to be honest, it's not going to be that much to do today. So it's like he can, start off in New Genesis and just be good to go. So just know that you are able to do that. If you want to prep, we're going to talk about some ways to prep today. But just to go over some of the things, one, the story, as I said earlier, you are a Meteorn. As a Meteorn, you are someone who falls from the skies. You are an arc. And you have lost your memories. When you do drop from the sky, going raw, stop this. I understand, but stop this. All right, so even though you are landing here in West Alio? What is it? West Alio. It's a little island. Actually, if you played the PSO2 beta for New Genesis, you can actually see West Alio Island off to the side. And it's you can't go to it, sadly, not yet, but it seems like we'll be able to swim from this island to Alio Town and kind of work our way through that. But we'll see, coming with the game's release and everything. From here, we have our characters. We have Aina. Aina's great. I love Aina's energy. Manon, the tsundere of my dreams. And then we have Goroa, which, if I was gay, move on. All right, Crawford was just announced earlier as the leader of ARCs. Swim where the hoverboards at? Oh no, we swimming. No hoverboards. We swimming, man. We getting wet. That's another poor choice of words. No, we getting more. I can't even say moist. We're getting in there. We swimming. Yeah. That's all I can say. Anything else I say at this point is gonna be a really poor choice of words, and I don't want to do that. Crawford is actually the leader of ARCs. In this, I believe, I don't know if it was this, or if my brain's remembering it wrong. No, it's not this. My brain is remembering it wrong, because this game kind of reminds me of Scarlet Nexus now. And the arcs are basically the Scarlet Guardians. It's like hand in hand at this point. So whenever I think about Crawford, I think about the leader of Scarlet Nexus and how he came in, and I'm like, was that Crawford? No, we didn't get to see Crawford fight yet. But he is the leader. Then you have Dozer. Dozer is your basically, he's the Kakashi of PSO2 New Genesis. He is the teacher of most of the arcs. He's a very calm, level-headed person, but he's a soul protector. Pretty much on the side of, if let's put it like this, if Goroa is the Naruto, this man's the Sasuke, basically. And then up here you got Shikamaru. Do I want to say Shikamaru? Do we want to compare Crawford to Shikamaru? I would say, yeah, Shikamaru. Yeah, Crawford, Shikamaru. All right. And then we have Ron, Leo Lin, and Rosa. I love the idea of Ron. Let me get some music on while we do this, right? Hold on, because I got the perfect playlist to be jumping while we do this. But question, how did you guys like the new PSO2 comp? Like, did everyone, like, do you guys want to see more of those? Like, is that something that you would like to see as we push further updates with PSO2? Where did my... There she is. Her beautiful music. Hey, awesome. Cool. Like, this scene's great evening, by the way. Yo, what's going on, Mason? How you doing, King? All right, so then we have Ron, Leland, and Rosa are basically the they're like the 4 acting ops. You know, we had our operators during PSO2. They're the other operators that we have. That's getting a little bit loud, so I'm gonna take that out of my ear for a little bit. It's so loud. Yeah, and then you have Orange as well. Orange is kind of thick, a little extra in the pepper, you know. But I'm always gonna be a love for Leland. Leland mainly because I think it's the eyes that really do it for me. So like I'm falling a little bit. It's okay though. I will protect it with my life. Don't worry about that. Right. As we go down, of course, we have our classes. Now PSO2 will start off with an initial 6 classes. This just sounds loud. Is this louder than me? Man, it's a whole set. Probably. What do you mean? I'm never ashamed of simping. Okay. So if any of you ever get in contact with Unicy, I'm single. Hello. I'm single. Yeah. I don't speak Japanese, but I can learn, you know, for love. Anyway, moving on. You guys say it like Zero from Cold. You guys say JP. Nah, I'm good. We'll have our 6 classes: Hunter, Fighter, Gunner, Ranger, Force, Tector, and then we'll have our Bouncer, Braver, Summoner, and then Gunblade class, still unnamed, coming later in future dates, with Bouncer kind of kicking off the classes coming. Orangey. I'll start as Ranger. Oh god, the forbidden word. Oh wait, yeah, we did say that, didn't we? Well, oops. All right, I guess it's whatever then. We're not using it maliciously, right? Twitch wouldn't ban me for just being honest with the world. Hello, I am not afraid to tell people that I love them. I do. It's fine. I love you guys. You know, I just happen to love Leland more. Anyway, Hunter is going to get its dedicated partisan wire lance. Ranger is going to get its rifle. Pretty much all of the base weapons for each class that you see in PSO2 will be moving over to these classes in New Genesis, so just be on the lookout for that. If you want to get those weapons now in PSO2, you can always go ahead and get yourself a Vita weapon. Start off with a nice you know, star 1 weapon. Remember that your 15-star weapons are all going to convert to 4-star weapons, so you won't be able to use them when going directly into the game. You'll need to level up before you're able to use those weapons, which they will show you the level cap before then. So you're going to have to make weapons beforehand, so like Vita weapons, and then I think I forgot how the whole thing goes, but there's like certain rarity weapons that you're going to need to make, and they'll convert over to a certain rarity in the game so that you can have that certain rarity. Now if I'm not mistaken, level 8 is what you need to equip the level 3 weapon, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong, but I'm going based off of memory right now. And so we'll have all of our weapons in PSO2. Now, also to say that the PAs, if you cannot learn a rotation, or if you're simply just trying a class that you're not used to, one of the cool things about PSO2 now is that we have a smart system. So even if you're, you know, originally a Hunter main, and now you're going over and you're about to become a Fighter main, Tector main, Force main. I don't play Force, but I know in PSO2 New Genesis, I'm going to want to play Force. Miko Nami, thank you so much for the follow. How you doing today? I know that I'm going to try some things with the smart PAs, because there's going to be some combinations, some moves that I just haven't tried out yet. And the smart PA is going to be a good way for me to kind of just throw them out there until I get them in my head, and I'm like, all right, now I'm putting pieces together. It's kind of like what I do in fighting games anyway. You know, I throw in a bunch of auto combos, and I'm like, okay, let's break this auto combo down optimally, you know, and optimize it, break it down. All right, then we're gonna make our own combo out of it. It's nothing wrong with it. It is used as a building tool, so don't be afraid to go ahead and jump in and use those smart PAs and whatnot. Yo, Chio coming through with the Twitch Prime sub, and you going sub before you follow? Nani? I love you right now. I just want you to know that. I'll give you a hug, but you all the way over there, so my apologies. So yeah, with all that being said, yeah, don't be afraid to use smart PAs. Don't be afraid to use them. If anyone calls you on it, call them back, because again, it's a learning tool. Not everyone has been playing PSO2 for 8 years. Not everyone is going to be playing PSO2 for another 8 years. So if you want to use them to kind of get used to a class, use them to get used to a class, have fun, enjoy yourself, and then, you know, slowly. I recommend slowly breaking away from it as you learn the game. But if you don't want to, that's fine too. I'm not going to judge you for it. You can still be in my MPA and I'll just be like, yo, stand behind me, baby. And you'll probably hate me for it and just want to learn it then. But anyway, techniques are back. Unfortunately, light and dark techniques are not going to be available in PSO2 New Genesis. That's just going to be the fire, ice, and electricity. I think wind techniques are available too, if I'm not mistaken. Well, it's just all three. No, okay, it's just fire, ice, and lightning. Okay, cool. Chio, what's going on? How you doing? Now we do have a list of the skills as well too. I have not been checking recently, but I know the Uber Elite. I don't know if you guys have heard of him. He's a really cool PSO2 creator. He's a really good PSO2 player as well. He plays Summoner, but he has been actually getting these things translated from what we can see so far. Understand these are not the entire list for New Genesis, but this is just the list we have for now. And he's been kind of translating them. So if you haven't followed him on Twitter at the Uber Elite, I gotta actually get his, it's going to be in the description below because this is going on YouTube, right? So I'm going to put his Twitter down there. Go check him out. Go send him a follow. And he's been translating these out and like kind of giving out some of the abilities that are there. He's been showing off the descriptions. So this is what Hunter's Tree is pretty much going to look like. So we know for a fact we're going to get Arts Avenger, Sword Attack extra, Wired Attack extra. But it doesn't say anything here really for Partisan other than Volkraptor, which is going to be a palette ability rather than a PA ability. So that one's kind of weird to me, but we'll see what happens, because I really thought this was going to be a PA ability. That'd be really sick to have this be a palette ability. And we'll test some things once we get into the game. We also have something here for Gunner, or is this Ranger? This is Ranger, sorry. Slow landing attack ranger, slow landing charge ranger, spread shot, rifle grenadier, and sticky bomb quick reload. I don't really know what any of these do. I'm going to be honest with you. These are just here. I'm going to hit the bed. Good night, boys. All right, Gazy. I'm sorry. This song put me to sleep too, man. Faria has like a beautiful piano presence. You hear that? This is beautiful music, man. Now again, yes, we all get the photon dash, which is pretty cool. Photon dashing is going to be a way for us to get around a lot quicker. We will have animations to our photon dashes, so be on the lookout for that as well. Same with the photon glides, we'll have some animations to these as well. They already just said that, or they already announced that we're going to have an animation where we're flapping our wings like a rappy as we're floating down. You want to get it now, it's absolutely free, man. It's going to be available on Wednesday, 4 a.m. EST for me. We're going to have preloads in a couple of days. You can go ahead and download it. Again, 100% free. All you got to do is download and play. Now, I will say get the benchmark. For anyone who's looking to get this game right now, please make sure you grab the benchmark, which will also be in the description below now that I'm saying it, because that's going to be a way for you to create your character early on, or characters, and also test the game to see if you're able to play PSO2 New Genesis without any issues or whatnot. They'll give you a score. Pretty much anything over 8K is a doable amount. They'll even tell you like, my PC did 20K, but then they'll tell, oh well, your PC runs perfectly fine, but if you want to lower it, you can lower it and stuff like that. And just go from there, right? So next we have the wall kicking. Pretty much it corresponds with the photon glide. As you glide into a wall, if you keep holding that button and you go into a wall, you're basically going to kick bounce up the wall and just get a little bit higher. Really good for getting that extra edge. Really good for climbing up these cliffs, because there's a lot of cliffs we end up climbing up in PSO2 New Genesis just to get to certain bosses or trials. From here we have Photon Blast, which Photon Blast are Photon Blast, but they're really different now. They're not your traditional Photon Blast from PSO2 OG, which is base PSO2, that's what I call it, where your mag is going to transform into like this mystical beast or unicorn and strike down Thor's thunder from above with this wonderful unicorn anyway, so what it's gonna do is your class specifically has its own special attack. These are now what the new build-up PAs are for New Genesis. So the more that you keep attacking, killing enemies and whatnot, you're going to build it up over time. And then once you build it up, you can activate it. You'll do like a giant satellite cannon laser with your ranger. With fighter, you'll do a giant corkscrew punch. It's really cool. Your weapons transform. What do you mean? So you can put weapon skins on weapon camos, and then those will change the shape and look of your weapon. You are free to do that as well. Now the difference with New Genesis now is we can actually put a weapon camo on each weapon, which is great, from what I've seen. What were you just saying? What was I just saying? Oh, weapon camos. Yeah, weapon camos is still a thing. Actually, all of your weapon camos that you get in PSO2, if it's able to go on a weapon that's in New Genesis, you can transfer that over to New Genesis. So if I wanted to get like a sword and just put that on, if I want to get like Elder Pain Omega's weapon camo and just transfer that to New Genesis, I can bring it to New Genesis and have a sword that looks like Elder Pain Omega's sword. I don't even know what those are, is what I'm saying. So a weapon camo is basically an accessory that you can put on your weapon. So by activating it, your weapon turns into anything. That allows us to have, you know, actual katanas instead of like these big clunky ones that they give us in PSO2. We can actually shorten them down to a actual katana. When can you get it? You can get it at any time just by playing the game. You can buy them. There's in-game currencies for them all over the place. AC scratch-offs, they're everywhere. They're available from the start of the game. You just gotta play it. And it's there. If you go to customize and you have it in your inventory, it'll tell you what weapons that they go to, and then you can just hit that, turn it on, and then if you have that weapon in your inventory that's equipped to you, once you swap into that weapon, it'll have the look of whatever your weapon camo is. And we also do like little crossover events, so those weapon camos can end up looking like Natsu's Fire Fist from Fairy Tail. That's like the first thing that came to mind. Urza's Blades, you know, for dual sabers, or in NA, because NA doesn't have Fairy Tail crossovers, sadly. Man, the SAO event. If you want to, I'm sorry, I was really upset that we didn't get the Fairy Tail crossover. But with the SAO event, you know, if you wanted to have Kirito and Asuna's swords, you can actually get those. And what you can do is you can have whatever weapons that they correspond to, and then put those on your character, whip them out, and then if you have the weapon camo activated, which is just by going to pause, customize, weapon camo, turning it on. Turning it on. You can then have Asuna's Rapier, or you can have Kirito's swords. And then you can just change them in and out just by turning them on and off or changing weapons. But you will have to, because in PSO2 you can only use one at a time, you would have to turn off one weapon camo and then turn on another one, basically. So you can't just like have multiple of them on. Now in New Genesis you will be able to have multiple weapon camos. Now as far as the changing motions go, even if you are a human, and I found this out the other day, which is great, you can during the beta you can actually have cast hover. So the motion change is really cool. You can change the motion of your landing, your photon glide, your photon dash, your swimming, anything really. If it's a motion, you can change it. Will we be seeing AC for these particular motions? I have no idea. I really hope so. That'll be really fun. A little extra something for the AC scratch offs that we put in now. I would love to see like a Sonic run animation, Naruto run. You know, can you imagine 32 players Naruto running to a gigantic and all you hear is come on, I'm just like, dude, this is awesome. All right, my hype is here. All right, and I just got everybody in a ninja headband just zooming, dude. Like, it's great. I don't know. It's in my head now, and until it happens, I'm not going to be satisfied. Next, we have our different fields for anyone that does not know how the fields are going to operate. So we're going to have exploration fields, and then we're going to have, wait, what is the word exactly? Because yeah, my brain's going to say something stupid and I already know. Combat sectors and exploration. I was going to say battle zones. See, so we're going to have combat sectors, and then we're going to have exploration sectors. Combat sectors are the 32 player zones that are specifically for pretty much gaining EXP in boss battles, trials, all that stuff. It's where we get our EXP pretty much the most raw. Exploration sectors, they can vary for pretty much anything. Exploration sectors can be like farming mining or farming animals, depending on where you are around the map. I can't really say too much because I don't know everything, but like Mount Mangus was the place that we went to when we hit about level 5. I want to say like to level 10, level 5 to level 10, maybe level 11 or 12. We just went there. It was just a bunch of PSEs everywhere. It was an 8-player zone. All we did was just run around, kill enemies all day, activate trials, PSEs, and then we would have a good chance of dropping 3-star weapons, maybe some 3-star units if we were lucky enough. But we also got some good EXP up to level 12. And then once we hit about level 12, we were able to just go run out to the 32 player zone, and that was up in are they not here? Oh yeah, North Alio. Yeah, here it is, exploration sector. So 8-man sectors are the combat sectors. Wait, my bad. Yeah, I am mixing them up. Okay, cool. So the 8-man sectors are the combat. Okay, my bad. Ugh. You know, dumb brain for a second. So we'll be able to go out and farm those areas out. But then with the exploration sectors, those are the 32 player zones, and that's the areas like North Alio where we went to go fight things like Bujin. Then we went to go fight Maduna, because I call it Maduna. Everyone else calls her what? Churro? I can never get that name right, that it's actually called, but I call it Maduna. We're gonna see it because it's here. But that's Maduna, because it looks exactly like Maduna. The only areas that we didn't get to see yet, that we got a little visual of earlier a couple weeks ago, was the Vanford Laboratory Ruins and the Rezo Forest. I was really hoping to get into the Rezo Forest, but I'm gonna be honest with you, when we finally got into the beta, I completely forgot that this place existed, even though this was one of the first zones that they showed us when they were first talking about and showcasing the game. I was like, when they showed this off, I was like, dog, they really played me. Like, I forgot this whole area was a thing, and it's right across the stream from Alio Town. When you're when you're going out to the first area and you see that large stream where you're farming your materials, that little river, it's right across that river. You just can't go there. You just can't go there. 81 bots, what's going on, King? Thank you so much for the follow, dude. So from here we have our other areas. We have North Alio, Central Alio, West Alio, South Alio, and Helfa Lake, which Helfa Lake is a very weird place that we have still yet to figure out. In the prologue for it, they said that enemies do not spawn here during regular hours. That can be at daytime, that can be during the evening. Hell, if they're weird enough, it may even be during at nighttime, that we can't see them during regular hours. But it'd be really cool to kind of figure this place out. But that also means during regular hours that, you know, call them Squidward. That is Squidward now. We have what? Naruto with Sasuke, which Wallum was Naruto. Because they kept calling him Goku because he goes Kaioken. I kept thinking about it as Ninetales mode, and then Bujin was Sasuke. So it's like, what we call him? Elite kept calling him Swampsuke because he was in the swamp all the time. So it's like, yo, Swampsuke, Naruto, Swampsuke, and it is great. It was a whole thing. Yes, I'm a weeb. Deal with it. All right, cool. Lake Halfa is going to be a really cool place to take some pictures, though. I think I might get a couple group photos there with the community if I can. And then we move down on to the new features, which is the teleportation features, where you can move across the field with the teleport functionality using the Ryuka devices. The Ryuka devices are placed all over the open world. It's similar to if you've ever played Genshin Impact or any other, I mean, literally any other MMO, Final Fantasy 14, WoW, whatever, like whatever you can get your hands on. I guarantee you they have an area where you can teleport to like any other place within this world, right? That's what your Ryuka devices are. You can use these to actually change blocks, change back to PSO2. You can use these to teleport to a specific person for specific teams. And you can use these to teleport all over Halfa. So be sure to make sure you activate these, use them to your disposal. You know, it may save you some time for running around, even though I know how beautiful the landscape is. You don't want to be running around for 3 hours just to get to one place. I know it's not going to really take that long, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean. All right. Cocoons. Cocoons are another very important thing. So here's the thing about cocoons. As you complete cocoons, you will get skill points. Depending on what type of cocoon is it, you may get 1, you may get 2. Hell, even later on, you may get 3 or 4 skill points. I have no idea yet. But by completing these cocoons, you get those skill points. Those skill points are account bound. That means even if I were to make a ship 2 character and I were to start that character on ship 2, I can actually just start loading skills. Strictly because it does nothing as far as like, these skills really do nothing as far as like actual stats go most of the time. A lot of them are actually, I think, at all, you know, aside from just like probably adding 4th attacks. Like these are actual skills, not just power boosters, you know? So there is no more, oh, we're going to increase your power by like 100, you know, or plus 100%, whatever. We're just going to give you this ability, you know? And that's going to tie into either a main class or a subclass ability so that you can use other classes with it, or you can just use your main class abilities with it, however it may go. But if you start a ship 2 character, now you don't have to go through and collect all of those cocoons again. You don't have to start over again. You can just go straight to the skill slot and put all those skills in and start playing with your class, start leveling it up. That's great. I love that, because that's the reason why I don't transfer ships now as often, unless I'm taking my main character, because I don't want to make another character on a ship and then have to re-level up everything, re-level up all my weapons, redo all these quests. And y'all know how these quests are. They want you to do like 200 freaking Face of Abyss quests, which is like, if with a decent MPA on NA, it's like 15 minutes, right, give or take. For a really good one, maybe 10 to 13 minutes, right? So that times 200, I ain't got the patience. So it's really cool. Towers as well. Towers are basically cocoons, but they feature a boss fight from what I'm seeing. You do receive more skill points by clearing them, but they're essentially the same as cocoons. They're just a little bit harder. The boss fight that we had wasn't really that hard. It was basically like fighting a Gigantix without a Gigantix. It was a sword Diator, right? And Gigantix, so far from what we're seeing, are basically just giant, stronger, versions of those enemies that we see out on the field every day. Next, we have a region mags. This little cute mother. Anyway, so I haven't even done 20. Oh, what? Like cocoons or towers? It wasn't even that many. What? Hello? Region mag, always make sure you feed these guys. There's always going to be like a recommended thing that the region mag is looking for the time being, just to give it like that extra push on whatever. Biggest thing about region mags, make sure you do not feed your region mag your materials, because you can feed this thing pretty much anything, as far as like food, materials, photon chunks, all that stuff. You can feed it that, so don't just go throwing everything in there. You know, look for what it needs. Feed it that first. If you don't have that, go with something that you don't really want to use. Just make sure you don't feed it your material, because then you're gonna have to go back and grind all that material. And so far, people have already worked out how these materials respawn, and that's a lot. 20 of them. You haven't even done 10. Yeah, okay. My brain was dumb for a minute. It happens. It happened earlier with the whole sectors thing. Anyway, then we have drones. See, okay, so the drones I haven't really seen yet at all. I'm pretty sure this is something that's only going to come in a full game, but you may encounter drones in the event for laboratory ruins. Though initially aggressive, attacking and defeating it will help you grow stronger. I want to see more about this before I say anything on it, so we're going to just kind of move on from that. I have not seen the gameplay for this, and there's a reason for that. Because when I play a video game, I don't want to watch everything about it. It ruins the hype for me, especially because there's such a cap on the content that we're getting right now. There's only but so much they can show before they end up showing everything, and I'm not someone who wants to see everything. I want to have like a genuine excitement for it when it comes, and I'm like, holy shit, dude, that's so awesome, I can't believe they did that, do it again, you know. And so when I see everything, and I've played a lot of video games in my time, right, so when I see everything, I'm always thinking like, okay, that's how this company used to do it, that's how this company used to do it, and then it just ruins my excitement. So I haven't seen these in action yet. Don't tell me about it, please. Like, just let me experience this one for myself, and I'll let you guys know how I feel about it and what it does. Now, the Stellar packs, at certain periods of time, in certain areas, I think, is there a specific area actually? Okay, so it's not a specific area. So in certain trials, you'll see a meteor fall from the sky into the ground, boom, lands. When you go and you approach that meteor, there will be enemies there defending it. Sometimes yes, sometimes no, but if there are enemies there, just defeat them. You can open a meteor and you can get some really nice materials out of it, maybe some items as well too, like as far as I think weapons and armor goes. So far I've only got materials, so I don't know at first hand if you can actually get anything other than materials out of it. I only got materials during my time in the beta, which is weird now that I say that, because I do think you can get weapons armor out of it. Don't know, again, my experience, not other people's, not always the same. And again, I don't go looking for all the extra information because I want to be surprised. Anyway, intercept dolls control system. So this is basically, let's see this. This is the trial where in which a doll control system and many dolls will appear. In addition to avoiding the dangerous attacks of the dolls, additional enemies fire will rain down from above. Pay close attention to the attacks, and you may discover a way to reach the doll's control system and avoid the barrage and destroy the doll's control system. So I mean, it just seems like another trial. We'll figure this one out as we go. I'm not going to dig too deep into that one either, but it's exactly what it sounds like. You just got to destroy the cores on the back, and that's it. The drone explodes in your face, and it's like, no power for you. Pout soon to that. Like, listen. This one, the assembly point clearance was actually pretty fun. We ran into this at one PSE during the beta. It was like a PSE right next to a trial or something like that, and right when we got done, this came out of nowhere. It's like these pillars just came out of nowhere. We were like, what the fuck are these pillars, dude? And then everything, we were like closed into this little circle, and we had to fight Doggo Boy. Yo, Captain Radix, what's going on, King? Thank you so much for the sub, dude. How you doing today, man? But it's a lot of fun. You know, you get these little platforms you can fight on, especially if you're a ranger or a gunner. You have higher platforms to kind of shoot down from above on, or if you're force, you know, you can get a clearer view of your team and everything, and just kind of make it happen. PSE Bursts work differently this time around as well, kind of similar, kind of not. So with PSE Bursts, we basically just keep doing trials until we build up a meter. Once that meter gets built up, a PSE burst will initiate. Once the burst initiate, you'll just see like this giant sparkle of rainbow energy shooting out of the sky, or shooting out of the ground, actually. And you just keep killing enemies. And as you go through the PSE, when it ends, the final wave, that will be Doggo. And Doggo will come out in whatever color. Sometimes it'll be silver, bronze, sometimes it'll be regular, sometimes it'll be gold, depending on your luck. And once you beat it, you can get some good drops. This was a good way for us to farm things in Mount Magnus for 3-star weapons during the beta. So if you're looking for some 3-star weapons, PSEs are the way to go on Mount Magnus. As far as we know right now, that could change with the game opening up. Maybe some more areas that open up with the game as we push on. So just keep a lookout for that. Just know that that's just it. That's a way to make it happen for you. Always like to have a little trick in your back pocket, right? And rare enemies, it's just as I said, some enemies will come out in different colors, whether it be like I said, silver, gold, bronze, whatever. Now the dolls, we already know about the dolls that we faced before, whether it be like the Tennos, the Pettis swords, the Pettis guns, yeah, and whatnot. But we did get some new information on some new dolls. The Orc, which was like this really cool manta ray doll with these tentacles that came out of its arm. I didn't see too much on it, but it looks really cool. This is kind of like a better look at what it looks like. Hopefully if you guys can see that. And then we have the Bujin, which we already know about the Bujin, but then there was the Varus, and this one kind of worries me a bit because this one goes into a sort of a rage mode. I feel like this one's going to kill a lot of people, and I feel like this one chose violence the moment it steps into the field. It just chooses violence. I don't know. I just saw it pounding the crap out of somebody in a video one time. I was like, oh god. This was like during prologue 4. I was just like, Jesus. And then we have altars as well. So altars, this was something I don't think was brought up in the previous prologues or any of previous betas. But altars are like the Hurric, the Big Frogga. They're basically alternate versions of the enemies that you can see. Big Frogga, which I cannot stop saying big F word. I don't know, it just keeps going off in my head. All right, and then you have an alternate version of Big Frogga. Now it does seem like these altars only come out at night, because these are the only ways we've seen them here. These are only at night. Now if they do come out during the day, that's great too, whatever, so be it. You know, we'll see what's up. But these look honestly pretty cool. I love having alternate enemy types. That means better drops, that means better, you know, material farming for players, and I know some players love material farming more than they love battling, so it's always good to have. Newbies are going to get wrecked. Yes sir, so am I, because I'm new too. I mean, I'm not new to the game, but like I'm going to be new to New Genesis, so I might get wrecked too, man. You never know. It's okay to die. It's just if you quit, I'm coming for you. No more quitters now. Yeah, you're in PSO2 now. You're stuck here, all right, with the rest of us. If you get hurt, just call 32 of us and we'll come and beat up whoever hurts you. It's the 32 player. You're never alone. And if you are alone, you're probably in an 8-player zone. Call 7 more people. But don't leave. Just get back up and fight back, man. We gonna jump these guys. I find it petty, actually. I actually find it petty. Like, I just imagine how messed up we are just running up on an entire 1 stack and just beating the hell out of a guy with 32 blades and hammers and wands and fire and ice and electricity and bullets. Like, 32 people really need it for one little guy? Yup. All right, cool, whatever. I guess we're saving the world and shit. Can't really over extend, right? No. So then we have our formers. The formers are, you know, former enemies that we've seen throughout PSO2. Of course, we have our Ard Banshee, and we have the Crag Bear. Yeah, actually no, it's just these two right here. Yep. Ard Banshee is a pain in the butt. I say really keep a lookout for this guy. He has a lot of wind abilities. Those wind abilities have a really broken hitbox, so really learn how to fight this thing. Like, this is the time for everyone to kind of get a fresh start in PSO2. So that means even the pro players that are playing PSO right now aren't pro here. There's still a lot that we got to figure out. There's still a lot that we don't know. And even though we might sound like we know everything because a lot of people are just crazy over speculating, in reality, it can all change on Wednesday, and everyone's speculation is just thrown into the mud with PSO2 just releasing things out of the water, right? So it's that time for everyone to kind of learn and build as a community and make this game happen. So, yo, take this time to learn these guys. You may come up with some way to beat them that somebody hasn't come up with yet, right? And who knows? Maybe become a pro player. I don't know. You do what you got to do. But I would say definitely practice on this Ard Banshee because its wind abilities are a pain in the ass, and the hitboxes are ridiculous. Trying to dodge this thing is not worth my time. I just get completely out of the way most of the time until I can, you know, practice some more. Then I'll get good. And then you have your tames, which I love these little creatures. They're great. It's really cool to just watch them work. I know sometimes during the beta, I would just kind of move the camera off of me and just sit by one of them and just watch them move around and do their thing. It's so cute. It's like playing Pokemon Snap in a way. And I got one picture that I took of these guys just lofting around. It was so cute. They were just hugging each other and doing a little nuzzle thing. It was crazy cute. But I had to get it. I was like, this is a great screenshot for me, like having a thumbnail about hunting these guys. As tragic as it may sound, but listen. Yes. So here's the biggest thing. Gigantics will not be entering PSO2 New Genesis until June 23rd. That is 2 weeks from the release on the next Wednesday, or the Wednesday after next, right? This is the best idea they've ever had. New people are going to be coming into the game. People who did not play the beta, people who do not know anything about PSO2 New Genesis will be making their way into this game. The problem with this is that when they are level 5 and you just have Gigantics roaming around, they're going to say, ooh, Unga Bunga, and they're going to go fight Unga Bunga, and Unga Bunga is going to kick their ass. Then that person's going to get pissed off because they're going to level up to level 10 and still realize they can't beat it, go to 15 and still realize they can't beat it, and that's going to give them trouble. So that's going to frustrate a lot of players, of course. Hell, it's going to frustrate a lot of players at level 5, to be honest with you. So it's a really good idea to give people that time to get into the game, learn it, start affixing, start gathering materials, get themselves set into the game. Basically, everyone has 2 weeks to make this happen. And then once it happens, Gigantics just be running loose, man. And then it's time to start getting to the hunt. I think that's incredibly fair. It's a good, you know, amount of time because it's 2 weeks of the first game. And then we go into another 2 weeks of dealing with Gigantic hunting. And then the next month, we're on to the first update, right? So there's a plan here. We're kind of taking it slow. Again, just remember, it's a brand new game for everybody. Take it slow, take your time, learn what you got to learn. And remember to keep asking those questions. We're a community on this, right? Other related, item related systems, weapon systems. So with the multi-weapon system, keep in mind that you are not able to multi-weapon any weapon, and stop me if I'm wrong on this one because my brain might be stupid this time, but any weapon that is not of the same rarity and the same name. And PSO2 weapons cannot be multi-weapon as well, so definitely keep that in mind. So if you do not have like the Troy wands or like the Troy weapons, you can only multi-weapon with another Troy weapon. You couldn't multi-weapon with the other rarity 3 weapon I can't remember right now. You couldn't multi-weapon with that with the Troy weapon. It had to be a Troy weapon with a Troy weapon, same rarity, same name, right? Those are the only ways you can make that happen. Now multi-weapon is very expensive, although it is very useful. I did notice that when I was playing Tector had no get-in tools in the beta. So I took the weapon action from a rifle, put it on my wand, and I was able to dash in on enemies and shoot them, and then continue hitting with the wand. If I needed to get out fast enough, I could dash back using weapon action. It was something really good to have for a while. It was a really good tool to have for Tector, just because there was no movement, there was no mobility. So that really helped me out in fights, made my Tector seem a lot faster, got me out of situations quicker. I was able to dodge, and it was good to have. So test some things out, although it is worth a lot of money, so be very careful with what you test out. I highly recommend playing it off in your head before playing it off in the game. I know for 3-star weapons alone, it took like 100. It was like 100k. Sorry, it was like 100k for me to multi-weapon something, and I think it was like way more if you actually like level up the weapon. So just be very careful with that. I don't really know how the money system works. There's a lot of speculations on that I've heard as well too, and to be honest with you, until the game comes out, I don't want to say anything that's going to like put you in this panic of, oh, we gotta get this, we gotta get that. No, we're just going to, you know, taking a stride and just try to save up as much as we can, right? Enhancement and affixing. Now with enhancement and affixing is now great. It was already, but now it's better, because with the affixing now, you can take 10 of the same capsules that you farm, put them onto a weapon, and it'll say, okay, this weapon has an affix rate of, let's say 10. So if you put 10 of those weapons on, 10 times 10, 100. So now it's a 100% affix rate. That's a lot easier and a lot better than trying to mix a whole bunch of stuff together. So now, if Guardian Soul was in PSO2 New Genesis, you can just beat Sodom and drop a Guardian Soul, and then you just put like 10 Guardian Souls onto an enemy, and it will say, okay, this thing or this affix has a 5% affix rate. You just put 5 of them on, 5 times 10, 50%, you know, something like that. And then you would just try for the best. If not, just go grind them back out. It's a lot more simple. It's a lot less of a pain in the butt, not mixing a whole bunch of affixes around and destroying the market for what it's worth. And hopefully, yeah, I mean, it may change. Who knows? You know, there's still a lot of New Genesis to kind of unpack here, and may change with future content. But for now, we know it's easy to affix. So don't be afraid to jump into affixing and giving that a try. That's going to be a big thing that's going to stop a lot of people from doing UQs because of that battle power. Affix your weapons. At the very least, upslot your weapons. You know, get that out of the way first, and then affix. Yo, what's up, Gen Cons? Just stopping by to say that. Okay, hi to you too, sir. Bye to you too, I guess. Hello, hi, how you doing? Limit breaking system. I'm going to read this one out word for word, just to make sure I don't miss a single thing about the limit breaking system. Okay, with the limit breaking system, you can raise the max enhancement level or further strengthen equipment, enhance the weapons you get early on, such as the Prim series weapons and the Sevia series weapons, and then limit break them so you can use them longer. To do this, you'll need materials found in the exploration sectors to use as materials. So this is what I was talking about earlier with the exploration sectors. There are going to be some areas where there is a ton of materials that you can farm. I know in one area we went behind a waterfall. That waterfall had a ton of photon, what are they, photon squares, photon cubes? Photons, yes. You can get your photons behind a waterfall in New Genesis, and you can use all those photons to up your weapons. They weren't dual might. Oh, wait. Take my Dimate. Yeah, you're right. I just gained 500 HP. Cool. So you can use those to upgrade your weapons. I do know that weapons in PSO2 and armor is going to go up to plus 40, if I remember correctly. So even if you have a plus 35 weapon, you will be able to up that weapon to plus 40. So keep that in mind. Save those materials. Don't use up those materials. Even if you have like a low tier weapon, something like a 1-star, 2-star, definitely like upgrade those before your 3 stars, so you can make sure you have some money on you. Your 3 stars, to your best judgment, you know, I don't know. Like during the beta, we were only upgrading like 2-star, maybe some 1-star weapons, because it was a lot less use of materials and money at the time. But now that we actually have a source of that, you know, do it to your discretion. Knock it out any way that you can. I'm just saying this stuff is a lot, and it's a lot to grind for. And if the speculations are right about how these things respawn on the map after like a day or two, or maybe a week, then it may be maybe a pain in the ass to go waste all that stuff. So I mean, I'm just saying, just think about the things that may come. Keep that in mind. I can't force you to fix anything. I can't force you to enhance anything. You do what you got to do. But to progress in the game, you will need to progress in battle power, and that is a statement where it is what it is. And we'll just leave it at that. The next thing is preset skills. So preset skill system is basically just presetting skills. I can't believe it's that simple. It's that simple. Yeah, that's simple. So we just gonna move on. Anyway, Rarity 3 weapons. The Thesis weapon series, featuring the tough-looking white weapons, and the Troy the weapon series, which include black weapons with sharp angle. Both include 3-star rarity weapons. In a closed beta test, only some weapon types were released for these weapon series, but the Theseus weapon series also includes weapons for hunters, rangers, gunners, and the Troy the weapon series also includes weapons for fighter forces and tectors. So each of those weapon series right now, there seems to be 2 that have already been announced as far as 3-star weapon series. Those weapon series have weapons for all classes, so you're not going to be left out. Just depends on how early you get one over the other one, which one is stronger than the other one, which potentials are better than the other one. And also keep in mind, even though 3-star, 4-star weapons are there, sometimes it may not be better to have that stronger weapon, just because the lower tier weapon or the lower rarity weapon potential may just end up being better all around. So keep that in mind too. Remember to read those potentials, see what benefits you. You know, especially if your 4-star weapon isn't fully maxed out yet, then it's really going to be weaker than a fully maxed out 3-star weapon, right? So see what works for you. Really take a second to read those skills that you have there. It'll save your life, seriously. Other things we can get into here, of course, miscellaneous expansion of the Salon. We already seen the Salon. The Salon is freaking huge now. You can put on a lot of accessories now, which is great. You can do anything. Every character is non-binary now. Freaking awesome. What a wonderful time to release a game like this during the month of LGBTQ Pride Month, you know, the LGBTQIA plus, and then like any other letters that I can't really remember right now because I'm really bad at acronyms. But anyway, but it's what a day to release a game like this. I could be whatever I want. If I want to be a dude to look like a girl, girl to look like a dude, dude to look like a Cass, or a Cass to look like a Newman that looks like a dude that looks like a girl, I can do whatever I want. I can be whatever I want. And if I want to say screw all that, just be a rappy, I could be a rappy. If I want to be Godzilla with a sombrero doing a Macarena on Namek, I could probably make that happen if we ever got a Dragon Ball crossover, but that may never happen. So just remember, like, preach your passion. Make some wacky characters, make some fun characters, make some edgy characters. You know, have fun with the character customization and ball out. Next up are the stamps. We do have new PSO2 stamps, which are really cool. I really love these stamps more than I love stickers, or not stickers, but I love these stamps more than I love the symbol arts. Excuse me, I almost forgot because I haven't used them in so long. But symbol arts have kind of ruined this game for me because people are just dirty, dastardly humans and just put the most crazy symbol arts up. So now that we have stamps, we can finally start doing symbol arts, but more like approved symbol arts, so we don't get our channels taken down. Yay, forehead. Next thing is that there will be login bonuses. Once a day when you log in, Ina and Crawford will give you lavish gifts to support your character's progress. After launch, not only will there be a regular login bonus, but we'll also be releasing the PSO2 New Genesis launch celebration login bonus for a limited time to receive a ton of useful items by remembering to log in every day. Right, so just log in every day during PSO2 New Genesis until the campaign's over. You're going to get some cool stuff, maybe some tri boosters, maybe some EXP tickets, maybe some weapons, maybe some armor, maybe some affixed stuff. You know, check it out. Stamps are wholesome, guaranteed. Heck yeah, man. Now, the scratch ticket system. Scratch tickets are a system in which you can obtain outfits. It's basically our it's basically our way of doing gacha. You know, our gacha in PSO2 is in no way built to win you the game, right? It's all just for fashion. Simple fashion. Now, maybe some things that are there, it's like, oh, you can buy some EXP boosters or whatever, but they basically give out EXP boosters, so it's whatever, right? But moreover, with the distribution of SG tickets, we are also releasing a once a day free SG ticket. Okay, so make sure to grab your favorites as well. Yo, King, long time no see. What's going on, AJ? How you doing, King? And then this is all the stuff for like the UI guides and whatnot, but you can always just check out the UI when the game opens up. It'll be available to you. And then this video down here just features some of the new AC scratch items, which we do have as well, but I'm not going to put that here because this video is going on YouTube. I don't want to make this video entirely too long, so always just remember to go in here and check out this AC scratch as well. But these are like the different hairstyles that are going to be coming. Honestly, I'm in love with this hairstyle right here, the Maness hair. I was not a big fan of some of the hairstyles that came with New Genesis when the beta came out, so I just kind of made do with whatever. But these hairstyles are pretty cool. I can't wait to use them, get in. I'm more of a long hair person, so it'll be cool to check some of these things out and just see what's up. The different customization choices we have with New Genesis now is just absolutely amazing. We can pretty much do whatever we want now. Like, if we couldn't do whatever we want before, and we could, we can do even more now. You know, so with that being said, I mean, the biggest conclusion I can have here is just like, remember to have fun. That's like the biggest thing I can tell anybody here. Just remember to have fun. It's a game. No one's looking to be the greatest player of all time. I mean, some people are, whatever, excuse me. Hiccups today. But you know, it's PSO2, man. At the end of the day, we're all just having fun. We're all going to get there. Some people may take longer than others. We just gotta remember to help each other out in the community. Do what we can to build each other, not just one person or two people that we know, but build each other. The person you help out today could be the person who helps out someone tomorrow, right? Instead of starting this community of toxicity that we've recently had with PSO2 and continuing that, we can now push a community of positivity with each other, man. Everyone's just relaxing and playing a video game and having fun. Now, if you call me trash, I'm just gonna be like, you right. So there's no hate here. Put that in the comments. I don't give a crap. Anyway, but that's all. That's all the information for New Genesis. I'm sorry if I bored the crap out of you guys. I just wanted to get that out of the way. That was something I was looking to do for a minute now, and to use this new layout for YouTube. So I really do appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight and just knocking this video out. There's a lot to prep for New Genesis, and I will be available to stream New Genesis the moment. Actually, I'm going to be up probably 2 hours before New Genesis opens, and we're just going to be talking here and just hanging out. So if you haven't followed me on Twitch already, make sure you follow me on Twitch. That goes for the people in the Twitch chat as well. Make sure you hit that button. We're going to be live 2 hours before. We're just going to be talking about it, getting it out the way, doing our thing, asking some questions that I got out the way for y'all. May even do a giveaway or two for like some money for some people to just do some AC scratches ahead of time, and just ball out and have a good time during release, man. 2 days of just release and having videos be made at the same time. It's going to be busy. It's going to be long, but I'm here for it. I can't wait to experience it with you guys. So I mean, tell me what you guys are excited for in the comments in this video, and I don't really have an outro. Bye.